Hey guys, I'm back again. Today we're looking at the Electronic Specialties 328 EZ-Tach Plus. Or is it the EZ-Tach Plus Plus? I don't know. Anyway, this is a tachometer for testing small engines. It should work on both 2 and 4-stroke engines. Now what I wanted to get was that fancy Oppama one that Chicanic and Taro use on their channels. But you can't find those anymore. You have to have them shipped in from Japan, and they want like $160 for them. Now, I'm willing to pay a premium for a quality made in Japan tool, but these are just too expensive. So of course you can go on Amazon and get one of those little $13 ones, but those are junk. Don't buy them. The battery in there isn't replaceable. So they only last like a year or two, and then you have to throw them out. And yes, I have cut one of them open to try and replace the battery, and everything inside was just sealed in epoxy. There's no way to replace it. So what we want is something that's in between the $13 Amazon Simp model and the $160 Japanese Chad model. We want something that's just average Joe in the middle. Something that'll get the job done but isn't too fancy, but it's not total trash either. A good middle ground tool. So I'm hoping that that is what this is. These go for a little over $50 on Amazon, so they're a lot more reasonable. So let's get this thing opened up and then we'll try it out on a few different types of engines. So there we go, we got the tachometer, we got that little wire with a clip on the end, that's so you can clip that onto the spark plug wire, and a 9-volt battery. Now it looks like we have to take a screw off the back here to put the battery in, so we'll do that. Now there is a brass insert here where that screw goes in, so hopefully that's a sign of good build quality. Alright, so here we're powered up, and on the display here you can see right now this is set for 2-stroke 1-cylinder. And if I push this button here it'll change. So 2-cylinder, 4-cylinder, 4-stroke 1-cylinder, 2-cylinder, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. So this will work on a V8. And then back to 2-stroke 1-cylinder. So let's get this over to a couple different types of engines and we'll see how it does. Now, here's where I have to admit something embarrassing. The RPM ratings here seem to be a little high. It's also erratic where it's kind of jumping up and down. Now, I had this set to 4-stroke 1-cylinder mode, which you would think would be the correct setting, but it's not. Guys, I hate to admit it, but I had to go and read the owner's manual. I know. But in the manual, it says that for lawnmower engines, you have to use the 2-stroke 1-cylinder setting, even though it's a 4-stroke engine. And you can also see here where I assumed that the sensor was in the tip of the tool. It's not. You're supposed to hold the side of the tool with the connector up to the spark plug wire. And yeah, before breaking down and reading the manual, I also tried using a little clippy thing. That gave an even crazier high reading. So I'll put the text from the manual up on the screen. You can pause it if you want to read it. I do vaguely remember hearing something like this in shop class years ago. So after setting the tool to the correct setting and using the side of the tool instead of the tip, you can see that now we're getting a correct reading. Here it is being used on a weed whacker. You'll see when I rev it up, the response time of the tool is a little slow. It seems to have about a half a second sample rate. I did try this on an automotive engine and it also worked fine there. The lighting was bad, so I'm not using that footage. This was on an older car with an actual distributor. I don't know how this would perform on a modern car with distributorless ignition. Yeah, I'm pretty disappointed in myself right now that I had to read the manual. I haven't read a user's manual in like 20 years. I'm slipping, man. But that's not the fault of the tool, that's user error. I did also find in the manual that if you press this button, it turns on a display backlight. If you press it again, it turns on a flashlight in the tip. That's pretty much useless. It's not very bright. I honestly think they reused a clamshell design from an old xenon timing light, and they were like, we gotta put something in that hole in the tip. Let's just put a flashlight in there. Overall, I think this is a good tool. The display is large, it's nice and easy to read. I don't know how this is going to compare to the Oppama, but for my purposes, I think it's going to be fine. Response time's a little slow, but when you're making RPM adjustments, you generally want to go slow, so that's okay. Much better than tuning RPMs by ear. So thanks everybody for watching. I'll have more small engine videos coming out in the future, so stay tuned. Bye.